Welcome back to 35th in Kentucky. So over the weekend, Louisville traveled down to Wake Forest and played just a horrible game. A horrible game. Ended up losing 42-32 to Wake Forest. Now, I mean, we've been talking about the defense all year. Everybody knows the defense is shit. But did you see something different from that defense on Saturday? It looked like they quit to me. I mean, the execution was just horrible. There was no fight at all.
I don't never want to say quit because I think they having to play a lot of young guys that, you know, just it's their first time on the field. They're not ready to be in this position. I do feel like it's somewhat a lack of coaching. When we look at that defensive coordinator and the game plan and the scheme now that even Petrino's in, just to me ain't even in it all.
He's a robot.
Like just with his play calling and what's going on, just non-aggressive head, not in the game. We bringing just look at this drive. You bringing Juwan Pass, he has to come in when they had to run Jackson to the locker room yesterday. He throws 3 straight balls with him on routes and stuff we don't ever run, throwing it out to the wide receiver out. We didn't run the ball one time and you brought the backup quarterback in and threw it 3 straight times and then dropped him back and get him sacked. Like, where's your mind at in the game? Let me warm it up. Let me see if we can pick up a first down on the ground. At least run the clock.
Like you said, he ain't coaching to win.
I've seen him poor clock management at the end of half as far as just getting field goal attempts up. Yeah, it's some stuff like what I'm saying, like mental stuff in the game. What are we doing? We're going to the locker room with timeouts and stuff like.
Here's what I know. I didn't see the game yesterday, but I have watched a few games. They dropping Jackson back to show that he's a quarterback in a pocket. Man, let that man take off, man.
Let him play his game.
Let that man take off, man.
Yeah.
And so now he's in the pocket looking for somebody, and the offensive line is not holding up and he's getting sacked. When it break down, they gotta allow that man to run and take off and let him do what he do, because I ain't seen a college player more explosive than him in a long time.
Since Vic.
Yeah, since Vic and
Manziel was decent.
Nebraska, was that Nebraska quarterback?
Crouch.
Yeah.
Tommy Frazier.
Yeah, Frazier, that's what I'm talking about. And Ward and all those guys, man. That's that level right there. So you gotta let him do what he do.
like he was touching on dropping him back. He dropped back 44 times yesterday. So that number went back up. What we saw last week against Florida State. When
They made an emphasis on running the ball.
and then we come in this week and we abandon the run. And only person you're running is him. He had 27 carries yesterday, 44 passes. Look at the usage on him.
Look, mileage on that guy.
Whoa. So what was his numbers? I didn't see his numbers.
He threw for 330, 1 touchdown, had 27 and 3 touchdowns on the ground, 161 yards rushing.
They still Heisman numbers to me.
Yeah, we just not winning where, you know.
It's a lot. It's tough when you ain't winning.
You know, we moved to 5-4. You look at the losses now in the conference and where we at in the division.
We haven't won a meaningful game for real, to me.
The Florida State game big in Florida State.
It's big.
Look at Florida State got blasted on Friday.
I'll take the Florida State win.
Yeah, they did.
They got blasted on
Boston
Friday.
College
So they
did put it on them.
Right out the door. So good.
But for the program, I take the Florida State win because we recruiting Florida, so we got to show Florida kids that we can beat them. So I take that win, but it don't mean nothing for real this year. But it is, you know, it's a name win.
So after the game, I forgot which reporter asked Bobby, but they asked him, do you look to make any coaching changes? Like, and he said, no, we're sticking in this together. You know, we're here for the long haul. Like, for you to not really show like any passion to like even stick with your guys, but be like, man, somebody's got to be accountable. Something's got to change with it. Yeah, he's accountable too.
I heard a lot of that I just because after the loss, I was on the way to the crib. I watched it on my partners and just. They heard like some of the fans calling in, going in on the staff, which I didn't think. I think his son is the quarterback coach. His son-in-law is the defensive line coach. You feel me? You brought in the D coordinator. We don't know what happened to the old guy. We know he's down in Mississippi State killing.
Man.
They just slaughtered Kentucky last weekend. So
And had a big game yesterday too.
So we look at the staff, and you like, what's going on? He's like, you got there's some more Petito stuff going on. You got your family and friends, like insulated staff.
You look at the top programs, it ain't like that.
No.
They got dog coaches at every position.
Come on, I watched Last Chance U. I don't know if anybody ever seen that on Netflix. Give me that D-line coach. Dude's a beast on there. And he's down at a JUCO in Mississippi. Like, no offense, LD Scott, I'm sure he does a good job, but that's your son-in-law. Right. Your son is the quarterback coach.
They got 627 yards on them boys. Get them out of there.
That's
you gotta get the family out of there.
That's every week, though.
We gave the D coordinator a raise to come here from Mississippi State. And look at the results in year one. And I hate to really switch a D coordinator because there's no continuity to go through 3 defensive coordinators in 3 years. But I mean, what we seeing out there are just guys.
It gotta change.
Yeah, it's gotta be some change.
It gotta change. Period.
Because I go to coaching, man. You gotta put people, these players in positions to win. And if I'm seeing Rasheed's out there, a true freshman. And they got him stuck out there on an island by himself. He's not ready for that. He's not ready for that. And it's just, we're going to struggle to get the bowl eligibility. They got 3 games.
That's what I was going to ask you. Do you think they going bowling?
We going bowling.
Yeah, they going bowling.
We going to get a win, but
it's going to be rough. Yeah, it ain't as easy.
It's Virginia, Syracuse, and Kentucky.
All 3 games we can get beat.
Tough games. Like, they got to bring it. You know, and where the season's going, I like it happening that way.
2 of them at home. Okay, we good then.
Yeah.
That defense playing Syracuse can put up points on that defense because Syracuse can score. Y'all played Virginia tough every year. Y'all had to do a last-second touchdown last season. And Kentucky's a loss. As a Louisville fan, I would hate to see it, but I would like to see it come down to that UK U of A. Y'all needing that win to go forward.
That would be kind of dope.
It might. It would be lovely to see y'all not bowling.
It would be ironic some years y'all came into that game.
3 straight years.
Right.
Hey, tables have turned. So as far as them going into the game this weekend, no, they're on a bye this week. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm about to say first, it was just one thing interesting that we talked about off air was that you said the players' demeanor when they was coming out of halftime.
Yeah.
When you said that it wasn't no sense of urgency, it was like they were just there.
But that's
at a practice.
To me, that's the coach's job. Once again, man, if you don't have players running on the field, running off the court, and
we demand it in basketball with our kids.
Yeah, like that's coaching. That's the culture around the program. Like, so I was at the last home game against Boston College at halftime, and I saw the way Boston College ran on the field. They were down a touchdown. They was down 21-14. And they came out the locker room. Wasn't much time left on the clock. Even more the reason to run on the field. And they ran on the field. And here come Louisville walking out the locker room like this was a practice. You know, like everybody strolling. And I was just like, that's not a good sign. And then what did they do? They scored, 28 unanswered on us from that point on?
Any sport, body language tells it all.
Yeah.
It does.
So that's why I said that's coaching, man. That's the culture around that you done built.
I said in the group chat that Petrino needs to go, and you said he's gonna have to go on his own. Like I just don't see Petrino being here that much longer. Like I give him another year, maybe 2 years.
The grumble ain't loud enough right now. It's just.
But I'm saying
if he makes the move to the D, if he moves the D coordinator, everybody will be. That'll get a lot of heat off his back for now.
But I'm saying this is just the start of it.
Yeah, it is.
Like this is the beginning of the end.
But
for Bobby
Petrino didn't lead the defensive coordinator like really no options on defense either. It ain't like he helped them.
That's
out
why I wouldn't be
recruit
opposed to giving him another year because we do
he
have.
He needs at least a year or two.
They've got some transfers sitting down.
But just think, Bobby 2.0 ain't been what it's built up to be. Like he's not the same Bobby Petrino.
I ain't fair, man.
Man, he's a robot, man. Like there's no emotion, no. Even like he used to, what Wake Forest did to us, that's what we used to do to teams. Right. That shit that they pulled at the end of the game where they got this open touchdown, like that's like, hey, you know what? Like, F y'all. Like, we doing what y'all used to do to us.
Can't still play.
I mean, I'm not reaching for the panic button because I understand it is football and it's a rough sport, and you know we banged up, injuries. Always account for the injuries. Alexander's out. He's an All-American at corner. We've had a lot of guys in and out the lineup. We do. The scary part is just to know that we in year 4, the depth issues that we're like we don't have enough depth. Like look at it.
That's recruiting. That's like you said. That's
Like to have a whole recruiting class where you don't land one defensive lineman. You know what I mean? And then you have the following year you didn't land one O lineman, so then you had to come back and go hard like that. In the classes, just unbalanced classes. So those are the kind of things that worry you.
Is there any? Do you see any change within that? That's what I'm saying. Like, can he turn it around?
That's why I'm saying I'm not pressing the button because we're reaching for it.
Yeah,
but
I'm rubbing it. I'm rubbing it.
I feel like the recruiting is strong enough right now that you know. After we get through this little rough patch, that you know, hopefully you make the move you need to and get a new D coordinator in here, and that's the shake-up needed, and maybe a few other tinkers on your staff.
I got the boy coming in from Ohio State, Burns.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying.
And it hurts that he didn't get none of the local studs either though. Like that would have helped with his recruiting and what's going on
That
in
hurts,
the future.
but
Yeah, local kids are very important.
it hurts. But he's got some. Which I hate this though, because it's sometimes when guys transfer, it can be boom or bust. But he's got. And we saw it with the last group of transfers he had from Grantham with Harvey Clemens, Shaq Wiggins. And Devontae, what's your boy? Fields. So you saw it with that group. So he's got basically the new D coordinator. To fill the holes, you got to take transfers. So next year you'll have 3 transfers on the D side. The kid from South Carolina, the D end, the local kid that's coming back home from my old side, Rajay Burns, and the transfer from Oklahoma, another corner. So all 3 on the defensive side of the ball. That's why I say, you know, he's got some reinforcements on the way. Your weakness, I assume Jair will come back now since he's pretty much missed his whole junior year now with injury. But do you really want to cash out? Look what you're leaving. Like, it's a lot for him to still go out when other guys have played all year. Jair hasn't played the whole game.
But they seen him last year. They know what he can do. He just showed what he can do at the camps and all them pro days.
I mean, you might be right. He may cash out, but
as
your junior year, your preseason All-American year, and I imagine they go ahead and shut him down if he got a broke bone in his hand.
So they say. I don't think they wanted to get like.
Why would he have come back in? Why would he have came back in the NC State game? I don't get it. He played a half against Purdue, got hurt, and then he came back in the second half against NC State when he was getting destroyed by the pass. So
that's coaching.
Just to see what he can do. Then he's looking at mentally, he's checked out. Is what I'm saying. Him personally, mentally, I think he's looking at the dollar sign. Like they come back and take a chance of getting hurt again or exposed again. Like he's gonna chase the check. It just
got an opportunity to go get it.
Yeah, especially if it's a top.
I don't know what it does.
3 round.
I don't know what it does to him as far as where he would fall in the draft now.
Now he may not be first round guaranteed no more, but top 3 round in the NFL is different than second round in the NBA. It's still good money and good.
I just don't know what it does to his scouting, his stock with him missing the whole year like that. So I mean, if his stock was high enough already, of course he'll leave, but he could come back. I mean, to miss your whole junior year is with injuries, and now you got the injury question mark on your back. When before that he didn't have it. So
that's even more of a reason.
I don't know. So we'll see. I do know reinforcements on the way. It's kind of interesting. I don't know if he gets rid of Sermon because just like I said, the 3 D coordinators in 3 years, and you kind of like
that's us on offense with 3 different offensive coordinators.
What can you expect? You're going to bring a new D coordinator next year, and now you still got to go through a transition. So
if you got the players, it's a lot easier.
Right. So we gotta get more of those guys on that side of the ball if we want to be good.
So Jackson, he out of there this year, or he comes back another year?
I don't know. I guess. I mean, wherever his draft stock, if that's in first round, he gotta go.
Yeah, you gotta go.
But I think Patino messed him up as a quarterback. Just trying to force him instead of naturally do what he know what to do. Like you said, 44 passes every game. That's a lot. That's a whole lot of putting mileage on that arm just to prove. When you go back there, he still looks.
But we don't even have that type of
line
attack for that to be dropping him back that many
7 seconds
times.
is a long time.
Of course, he's gonna get sacked 8 times if you drop him back that many times.
Yeah, quarterbacks only need 3.
Come on.
So, 3 seconds, bam, look, scan, and throw. So
our receiving core is young. They drop balls.
Right.
Like
It's not healthy.
It's at least 3 to 4 drops a game where balls hit guys' hands, and they just young guys are just not making those plays right now.
My father-in-law told me that Louisville was second in the nation in drop balls as a receiving core going into the game yesterday.
Oh, that's big.
And then even
that's a lot of drops.
and then even the throws that you give him, like it was never any rhythm throws for Lamar Jackson when you watch the games. It's always 30-yard balls downfield. Yeah, there's nothing ever any rhythm plays for him.
Ain't helping them no justice.
It's just, we don't ever get him any type of rhythm with any intermediate routes or anything for him.
The core for us.
It's so it just goes to we never have established an identity this year. One game we may run the ball and use our running backs. I mean, I know we've had injuries at running back, but it's just the continuity, game planning wise. I'm more questioning Petrino because I feel like you got players. You got Lamar Jackson, you got the Heisman, so it's not a lot of excuse when it comes to that.
He's going through something. I don't know. It just seems like he's checked out. He's not there. He's not there mentally. Like something done happened. Like something ain't right in his life.
Probably because he probably already know. It might be some other. You right about that because he has some tie-ins with that Tom Jurich and all that.
Yeah.
His contract was linked to them and all of that type of stuff.
So yeah, the pressure. It's pressure cooking right now.
And outside, if you look at the hit Louisville took to bring the PR hit, bringing him back in when we did,
that was the beginning of the snowball right there.
And you look at how you were replacing Charlie Strong with Bobby Petrino.
Y'all was happy.
We was happy at the time, but you gotta look at the narrative they wrote around it though. That's how the media was controlled by Jurich.
The only thing I ain't like about Strong, when he got up, he used to sit on that ball, man. I ain't like that.
He won games though.
But he won games though.
If Kentucky turned Petrino down, they should let you know.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying, if we was in no position to say no to Bobby Petrino, and his daddy wrote a letter, and they was like, no thank you.
And you see it with the staff, like he's not able to put together good staffs because not a lot of people want to work with him.
Shout out to
Why would you want
Thomas.
to? That's gonna mess up your resume. Trying to get other jobs.
To Illinois, that been with him
Yeah,
before.
like not a lot of people want to work with you. The coaching,
And that's why we going down the drain.
The coaching fraternity is strong, you know. So just like it is with the program, coaches have their own fraternity, and if you on the outside looking in, how you can't get coordinators and stuff.
Arkansas coach said it in the Falcons, the way he did the Falcons, he burned a lot of powerful coach like that in that circle bridges, and he don't have that same support.
So this is the beginning of the end.
But maybe it could be a blessing in disguise because maybe that coach up there in Purdue come home, and bring the real offense that Petrino got credit for. Yeah, so I hope not. Hopefully he get another job, but it may happen. I don't see no other one coming.
Because I mean,
Florida.
You look at next year. The schedule don't get no easier for them. They open with Alabama next year. So I don't know, like they open with Alabama next year, and that could be embarrassing. Outside of
if Lamar ain't back and Alexander ain't back, then because Pass don't get no time to even really
he hasn't got to play, so you can't put that on him game one against
Alabama clowns people, man. They clowns every week.
What is the openers? They've played in those opening weekend games for the last I don't know how many years against you name them. You line them up: Florida State, Oregon, dump them. So it's nothing to them to get prepared for that game, and we're having trouble preparing.
It's a wrap for that game. It's a wrap for It's a wrap.
Outside, like you said, outside of Lamar Jackson and Jair Alexander returning, that's a beatdown game one. So you open next year could be an embarrassing. You could take injuries in game one to hurt you for the year.
Y'all said it for years.
I mean, we gonna show up and play the game. The fans is gonna go. My pops got the condos already rented out for the weekend, so people going. Don't get it twisted.
It's in Atlanta, isn't it?
No, Orlando. Labor Day weekend.
It may be out there.
Orlando, Labor Day.
They call people anywhere. It don't matter. They ain't gotta be at home.
No. Wherever you want to play the game, man.
Right.
Louisville's got still some season to go, man. We definitely gonna see what happens with the Cardinals. You know, they got Virginia, Syracuse, and Kentucky. Mighty Kentucky. And we're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna talk about Kentucky and they big win over Tennessee. Finally got the win over Tennessee. Man,
6 years.
but y'all only beat them twice in like
36 years. 2 and 36.
Whole story.
2 and 36 years, but 6 years since our last win.
So let's take a quick break. We'll be right back with 35th and Kentucky.
Niggas act like bitches and there ain't no excuse for it. Some of my niggas
Yeah, though. We got studs, though. Man, Bowden's not alright, bro. I'm telling you. All we need is that quarterback coming.
Welcome back to 35th in Kentucky. You got your guy Murph Al, the Real Matter BBN, and we back with our special guest Nate Johnson. Man, we appreciate you for coming through, fam. For real. So Kentucky came up with a big win, finally winning over Tennessee, 29-26. But they have only beat Tennessee twice in 36 years. Last time that they beat Tennessee was in 2011. But great win. They had 5-2 now.
No, 6-2. Don't short us away, man. 6-2. We bowl eligible now.
So what do you think about that win after coming back from such a horrible loss the week before? How you think your guys pulled it out?
It hurts that much more to lose to Florida the way that we lost and knowing where we will be right now had some players had any type of common sense on the field. But I feel confidence because last week was terrible. Like I said, if Steven Johnson didn't fumble and the ball magically landed into Blake Boone's hands in the end zone, we would have been shut out last week, or at least had a field goal. So it was good. And Tennessee, I was worried about, not because of how good Tennessee may be or what's going on, but kind of like Florida, when you only beat one team one time in 30 plus years, that you never feel confident about that game. But a win is a win. I take it. And once again, once they took that lead, I was just like, that's typical Kentucky football, where we looked so good at the beginning, then the team come back in second half and start dragging.
What do you think about Kentucky's program? You know, they known for just being such a big basketball school, but it seems like, you know, Scoops is, you know, turning it around a little bit.
Like we talked about earlier about the culture. You bring the right person in there, anything can happen. I mean, but you know, I'm happy to see him win. I ain't no hater. I'm happy to see him win. It's good for the whole state of Kentucky, man.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Shout out to Vince Morrow. You know, that's who do it. We give Stu some credit, but Vince Morrow who's holding it down. And
I guess they heard what he was saying last week in the locker room.
They came. But I mean, you know, shout out to that freshman running back from Tennessee, Ty Chandler, because man, that dude, and I know Chris Restry, it should be on top 10 plays of the week because he did the Chris Restry what the North Carolina State running back did to Chucky Atkins. Chucky Williams. When he broke on him, it was a head-to-head tackle, and he just ran him over and kept on going. But it was a good game. It was frustrating. Steven Johnson was only 6 of 15 for 45 yards. You know, luckily
he's a gamer though.
Yeah, I mean, he's a gamer, but I won't see that game against teams we not supposed to beat and we beat. I mean, yeah, Tennessee is bad and we haven't beat them in forever, but still, most analysts and most everybody knew we was going to beat this Tennessee team. So I want to see him go in and beat Georgia like he almost did last year. Had Jeff Cadet held on to the ball and not let the cornerback take it out of his hands at a crucial point. So.
Bump all that. He's talking all this good stuff about Kentucky. Beat a 3-4 Tennessee team. All right, they got a coach. They got a coach who's waiting to be fired at the end of the year. All right.
Hey man, a win's a win.
They destroyed y'all statistically yesterday. You all had 4 turnovers, 80-something yards passing, and doubled y'all time of possession. It wasn't like all peaches, you know. Like,
hey man, the win. Because the time of possession was like 35 minutes to 21 minutes. That's their favor, but I mean, a win's a win.
Yeah, you take a win, but you know, every dog has his days. Don't y'all be right back where you be when things level back out in the SEC.
We got 2 more wins coming next week with Ole Miss missed since the Shea Patterson kids hurt out for the season. Did Vanderbilt. So, but I honestly, I like the direction of the program. I don't know why Kentucky fans is like Rich Bruce called them earlier in the week, frickle. I don't know why they so amped up. They act like we have been 10-1 and 11-1 all these years, and this is a down year like we're used to winning. So I'm just enjoying the process that's going on right now, and I'm trusting Stoops and Morrow and what they got going on. Shout out to Lamar Thomas. I think you made a good choice from leaving that dumpster fire that's going on down here in my city of Louisville, coming to Kentucky and bringing that swag to our receivers to where they now actually catching the ball when they get a chance. And shout out to Drake Jackson, because since he actually been our starter at center, getting more snaps at center, we haven't been throwing the ball over our quarterbacks and running backs' head, and was able to move Bunchy Stallings to his natural position at guard. So it's a good day to be a Cat fan. Shout out to Darius Briggs and your boy that we interviewed. I can't think of his name. Oh, Wandale Robinson. You know, I hope y'all taking notice and come on down to the Big Blue Nation family, and we welcome you with big arms. We gonna take care of
the promo.
Hey, they need to put me on staff. I Nike do anyway.
Right, 6-2.
Why y'all hating on me though? It's a good time and y'all look. It's just a good time to be Kentucky.
I understand though. You know, you don't get to see that much. You know what I'm saying?
Last week was rough, bro. You know.
Yeah, you don't get to see it much. It's all good, man.
Good though.
8-2, 9-3 though. I'm just here to, let you know a little reality. The conference is down right now, man. Teams getting steamrolled. It's the top. You got Georgia, Alabama at the top. A couple teams in the middle. Okay, they coming here and there because they got high level talent. But and then the rest, everybody else is just down, man. When you look at the rest of the teams in the SEC, they down, man.
It's better than the ACC.
No, probably not.
Man, the SEC man had a big day yesterday. Let's talk about that Georgia-Florida game. Oh my God, Florida got blasted.
I mean,
42-7.
Georgia looking serious. Georgia looking serious.
We win.
Like you said, it's maybe the year they get over the hump.
They're looking serious, and then the momentum they gained in recruiting, they just got
the number one rated quarterback.
Cook's little brother just committed to him, the former Florida State standout.
And they got that quarterback,
the number one quarterback in the nation. So he's loading up down there in Georgia. He's building a monster.
But I don't get it. The quarterback starting now, freshman, was the number 1 or 2 rated quarterback. Then the one that started over him that got hurt was the number 1 or number 2 rated quarterback. So I don't know how they gonna get this playing time. They thinking dude go transfer. But when you got Sonny Michael running 7 times for 104 yards and 3 touchdowns, a former number 1 running back in the country. Then you got Nick Chubb running like 12 times for 102 yards and 2 touchdowns. So, and the defense is what looked amazing. Forget what the offense did. That defense, Kirby Smart comes from Alabama, and their defense look like they're going to give Alabama all they can handle.
That's gonna be a battle right there.
Yeah. If we don't upset them and win that East, though.
That's a tall task, man. When they run that ball, just keeping it real.
Right there. Man, did y'all see that? Just to kind of switch it up, did y'all see that Penn State, Ohio State?
Great game. I haven't. I'm gonna go out and say I haven't been a fan of JT Bird. I've been probably one of his hardest critics. But the middle of that third quarter and that fourth quarter, what dude did, the 16 straight completions was just amazing. Even though Penn State didn't get a lot of yards, Shaquan Barkley only had like 21 carries, 44 yards, besides the opening kickoff and a 36-yard run for a touchdown. They kind of manhandled, but Penn State controlled that game. But from the middle of the third quarter to that fourth quarter, when Ohio State started coming back, it just showed the studs that Urban Meyer has there. Because, JT Bird looked like the best quarterback in that instance right there when they needed him to beat the number 2 ranked Penn State and prove that maybe that Oklahoma game was a fluke and Ohio State still should be in contention.
That put them back on the map for sure.
Yeah.
It's going to make things interesting in that Big Ten now. With Ohio State coming back alive like that. And you always know they got talent. When you got Urban Meyer up there, he's had a
studs.
yeah. So
Man, it's just like Alabama and Georgia and all of them. He got studs, clearly. He got studs.
that playoff picture, I guess what they're gonna come out with the rankings. What, is it this week, the first one?
Tuesday.
Yeah,
Halloween.
Tuesday. So it's gonna be interesting up top now.
Who y'all thinking? Who y'all thinking?
Put Ohio State back up.
Yeah, I'm thinking, Ohio State climbs back in it.
Ohio State, Alabama,
Yeah.
Georgia.
Bama,
And then
Georgia.
my boys, it's all about the U. We undefeated, which we probably won't, but go on, put Miami. But they probably may throw Notre Dame, because Notre Dame's balling too right now. So
Notre Dame. So it'll be along the top 10 with Notre Dame, Clemson, Ohio State, Penn State still probably be up
Clemson
there.
lost, huh?
no, they won again.
Last.
But they still may be in there.
They'll
So
be straight as long as if they take care of business and win the ACC.
they gonna lose that conference championship game though. The U's back.
That's why they got that matchup potentially with Miami at the ACC championship, which would, that'd be big for the conference if they have that platform, because it pretty much would propel one of them in the playoffs.
But it's kind of good because the landscape of college football is going back to the original powers. It's back at the top and controlling football, from Alabama's, the Penn States, the Miamis. It's good to see the Michigans. It's good to see who we grew up, Notre Dame that was winning. The Stanfords and all that compared to, no offense, but the Louisvilles, the TCU. Like TCU still up there, which goes to show how great of a coach Gary Patterson is. Because TCU is always there, even though they lost to Iowa State yesterday, 14-7. So
it was all power schools and their rich football recruiting territories. TCU feeds off the state of Texas. It shows you how deep the
especially
talent
with
is.
Texas being down and.
So that's what we need to get back up is Texas.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Texas is probably the only, the last of that.
They should have gave strong. They should have just believed in strong.
They should have believed in strong.
If he mixed that Texas with that Florida, it would have been. When I seen him film off with his wife, I was like,
yes,
it's over.
Yeah, it's over. So I got a question, Matt. Who's your favorite point guard in the NBA? Think about that, like it kind of seems like the NBA ain't as soft no more, but it kind of seemed like it was like a Jalen Rose say like hold me back, like I didn't see no punches thrown, but it was just a lot of tugging and wrestling.
Only hockey and baseball is the sports where you can fight. We can't fight in our sports where we dominate ours too. Violent, which is crazy. Hockey and baseball fight out. Benches can clear out and everything and run, but nobody gets suspended. It's cool, but but it's kind of good that you should be able to show aggression without throwing blows sometimes, And I'm glad. I didn't think Bradley Beal had that in him as a player. Like I didn't honestly think I would see Bradley Beal try to literally choke somebody out over there, but I don't like the way Kevin Durant manhandled the wall either when he ran up and kind of grabbed it kind of tough for my nature, but it was a great thing for basketball. I love seeing that the passion's still there, and they not worried about what may happen. Sometimes forget the fine, you're not going to mess with me.
I feel like the start to the NBA season, like the NBA has kind of like seized the moment. Like, this NFL season was kind of with all the protests and everything that's going on. Everybody knows ratings is down, and the NBA has come on the scene, with this start of the season early. Because usually the NBA season don't start till after Halloween. Yeah, and they already done started. Kyrie Thursday night against the Bucks. They took it back to like a throwback arena.
The Mecca floor,
Thursday night.
That's a dope.
Kyrie put on a show.
NBA is secure for a long time.
Yeah.
The product's better.
Yeah, the product is way
honest,
better.
man. Like,
Oh my God, that man.
He's averaging 30
oh my God,
a game
man!
right now.
I really think he's gonna change the NBA. He's really gonna be.
That's everything to the rim too.
No jump shot, no
Start
nothing.
hitting jump shots, man.
But he get to the rim in like one step. When I seen him do the second game of the season versus the Cavaliers, which he didn't get no calls, but he was literally. LeBron couldn't do nothing with him. LeBron couldn't guard him. It was just one step. He was getting to the rim and landing up, putting up 40 with no jump shot.
No jump shot.
That's crazy.
So athletic, man.
38 a game. That's crazy. Shout out to Cousins, had a triple double.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and they beat the Cavs. Yeah,
They beat that was
Yeah, versus the Cavs.
okay.
And AD had 30.
No,
But
I'm glad he didn't, like that knee injury wasn't.
Nah, it wasn't serious. He played.
One thing, do you think that they gonna is that collective gonna stay together, or do you think
They'll keep that together.
Cousins goes?
If they get the right backcourt, it'd be lovely. Like I would love it. Him and David should leave.
What's going on with your other Wildcat boy? The last song out in Phoenix this week, man.
Yeah.
I think Bob kind of hurt his pride because that's the game Bob put up like 28, 12 and 9
So
on
That
him.
was against Bledsoe.
Yeah,
So
it
they
was
not
against
gonna-
Bledsoe.
so
is he
Bledsoe's
not
out of there?
playing
He's
right
not
now?
playing?
I heard they shopping him around the league
Well,
right now.
ever since he put the tweet out, they didn't play him that
Oh, that's
following
right. He said he-
game.
yeah,
Was he
What
trying
trying to say
was he
was
trying
that
to say with the hair salon with his wife?
Right.
Yeah, but they called him on his shit.
They did.
You know, I'm one of them that think he'll be a great fit at Cleveland. You know, there's somebody that will help Cleveland and LeBron.
And Rich Paul's his agent too.
So,
That's
I mean,
what
we know what Cleveland.
yeah, that'll be a heck of a player that
They
actually,
give him they
if with Rose so iffy and, you know, Wade looked good last night, but Wade ain't, you know, he's only good
They
for
get
30 games
Bledsoe,
a
that's-
year. You add Bledsoe.
that final series.
Wade will
was gonna
play
say-
more this year though because he's coming off the bench. He'll play more games this year.
They said I heard Milwaukee, but they don't want to give up Brogdon.
That's what they
Oh,
want.
he go Milwaukee. Oh my god.
Yeah, so they don't want to give up
You
Brogdon.
can't give up Brogdon.
Yeah, rookie of the year, man, and he's a player.
He's a future star.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
it's
a
a
star.
you can't-
And he's a smart player too.
Well, since we talking about Cleveland, what y'all think about what Stephen A said? Y'all heard about that? Where he was trying to compare J.R. Smith to Trayvon Martin, that he shouldn't wear his hood on the bench, the hood of his warm up.
They say some of the silliest things.
Stephen A, man, yeah, he is,
To
man.
reach for that when they
Nobody listens
all the
to
shooting
him no
jerseys
more.
have hoods on
All
them.
of them. That
So,
so
yeah.
KD be wearing a hoodie all the
Melo
time.
wore a hoodie all summer working out, so they went on
Right.
these Nike.
So I'm like, man, for you to try to spin that into
Come on, man.
comparing him to Trayvon Martin, I'm like, man, you are just the
Right.
biggest coon in America, man. I'm like,
There's a lot of
real.
them out there, bro.
Like, what is it?
That's why they on the platform.
You
They
look up a
got.
race.
Yeah, that's the whole
That's what they was. That's why he's raised at though, to spin that type of bull stuff. You know, when we try to get past that, and you can't even compare the two. It's nowhere, no similarities whatsoever. Besides being black.
there's so much social shit going on in sports. What y'all think about the Texans owner, Bob McNair, what he said?
So this is true colors. He's a
But-
slave master. That's what he views
As you
himself
said,
as.
where his team is located, that should not be a shock that that's how he look at.
Because
should
that's
not
the
be
prison,
players,
yeah, because
you
the
know.
prison system in Texas
What
is
was
modern day
the
slavery.
owner? What was the owner in L.A.? Sterling.
Sterling.
Yeah, his ass.
But that's all. Why you think
Yeah.
they're called owners though? Like that's their real thought process. It's really the colors, the Wizard of Oz thing is being pulled now. We get to see their true colors. It's time for these players that they need us. We don't need
Right,
them. We got the.
I heard Moss saying this morning. He said the owners don't own the players; they just own the team.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's it. If y'all be like, forget it. You know, a lot of them, if they did good with their money and can leave a lot of them in, which is a lot. But if you like, man, forget that. We gonna take what we got, do our own thing, cause y'all need us. We don't need y'all, and go ahead and play. You know, to be a different and change the whole infrastructure. It should be more black owners anyway. Besides Jordan, who don't have, no man. Jordan representing, so I'm gonna keep it cordial with Jordan. You know, besides Jordan, though, should be more minority owners. Well, Ward Dunn got a piece of the Falcons, I seen. You know, he got the minority piece of the Falcons, Usher with the Cavaliers. But all in all, you know, it should be more black owners of these teams anyway. We need to stop playing and start, owning them.
You gotta think, man, NFL's king, and there's no black owners.
None. But there's an Asian one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's an Asian one though. That don't make sense.
I hate it, but I think it's just a wake up call to the players to understand the way you view by these people. Like you're still an employee at the end of the day, which a lot of I think guys lose touch with that when they make it to that point. And these people controlling a lot of aspects of your life, and they can a lot of pros living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
So to know that they can pull the plug and where you could, that spiral too.
It all falls down.
But the way social media is, I mean, like I'm really surprised some of the things that come out of these people's mouths. Man.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
But I hope it empowers the players to let them know, like, they, you know, to still free yourself of that with using the resources and everything you've been given, and you gotta become financially independent of this. Even if it's only as much money as you're making, you still need to manage your money, and you know whether it's put back into your community something, but you need to be able to develop residual income with this and really grow it.
Use your money how you want to, and not how they want you to.
Yeah, like for real, and really see it. So they can get some of that back for real. Because until that point comes, then they gonna own us.
Yeah.
You know, we just playing for them, and they do what they want. That's why they cut them money so easy.
That's gonna be a hard
They do commercials with their name on their jersey. You know what I'm saying? Jersey gotta be blank on the commercial. You can't even use your own name on your jersey. That's crazy. Yeah, you can't even put your name on your jersey in a commercial. It's
a commercial like Shaq with Origin, and it's just
Shaq, but he got 32 on it with his number, but no name and nothing on it.
Man, that's
crazy.
But I mean, it's gonna be hard for us to get to that point where we make that step to where we revolt. We come together as people, and because like Matt said, I mean, there's none of this. There's none of this without us. We're the product, so it'll never change until we make that
It's
step.
our people, guys. I think more and more of them waking up and it's moving to that point.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is.
When Kaepernick took that knee, man, everybody should have.
Yeah, that meant a lot.
It would have, by week 8, all that would have been changed.
Yeah, I feel like it's moving to that point. It's slow progress, but there's enough signals now and going off that everybody's starting to see it.
Right.
And that's what it's going to take.
It's so blatant that it's you gotta do something.
Yeah, and the players for players to understand it. That's a blessing to be to be able to play the game for a living and take it as like a lottery ticket and really be thankful for that and really kind of try to grow it, man. I like to see just kind of like what you all do in the community, coming back, and that's really the way to grow it and build this, because we see so much crime and stuff with all the inner city.
You said something on Facebook this morning that when I woke up I saw it. That I forgot what was you. It was something profound that was just crazy what you said.
The status, man. It was just a quote I seen this morning, man. And it was powerful. So I had to, repost it for real. But it just speaks to the community right now for real. When you see they had a drive-by shooting on Friday night here. Yeah, six people shot. You know what I'm saying? And just we just ain't got no hope here, and it kind of just starts with us for real. And being able to kind of just give back and build something right here in our community, man. That's really what it's really about, man.
But that shout out to your homie Derek Anderson, because when we interviewed him, a lot of people view him negatively and everything because of who they think he are, what they think they know. But when I interviewed with him, we got to hear basically what he's really about. He's one of them like, I will help anybody, but sometimes it's one of them like, quit talking and quit expecting me because of my status and let me see what you doing. And then we go from there, which is part of his, his acts of kindness, which is they can't receive their blessings until they go out and help somebody else. So when he was explaining all of that, it kind of had me look at him different, which it ain't like I looked at him in a bad light anyway, but how they portray him. How the media and everything, how they trying to portray him, and then to hear him actually talk and speak up how he's really going on, what he's really doing, because he's doing a whole lot that he don't even promote.
And he don't have to do it either.
And he's doing it out of his act of kindness, the kindness of his heart. So, it starts with us, and, maybe we should stop looking at what we perceive to be some people and look at what they actually doing. Don't let nobody else put in our mind of what we should think about a person and look at what he's doing, because he's doing a whole lot more than people that's acting like they are. So, you was right on that. That's why I said that. My bad. It made me think of him and everything when he said what he was trying to do in the community, and he don't get enough recognition like he should. So,
I agree.
Him setting that example, man.
It's big.
Hopefully, you know, it grows. Other, you know, people see that and they want to do their own thing or whatever. Because at the end of the day, like it takes everybody.
It takes everybody.
Everybody got to do their part.
Yeah,
you know?
it's crazy. It's crazy you said that because, you know, we be in the gym and I'm in there shooting shots. It ain't nothing to the kid. When he shoots the shots, everybody like
it's on.
They rate locked in on him. I mean, and it speaks a lot. You know what I mean?
He's that. He had made a comment last year when you know, when Ali died. He was like he's trying to fill that void now for the city to bring that togetherness back. You know, and he feel that he's the one that's on that platform to do it. You know, and it's kind of hard because of how people try to put out their own. So, you know, it's good in there. It's more people that's actually coming together because we tired of this. 6 teenagers for no reason drive by. You know, I had different theories though. It was on Friday night. You know, wasn't it? 2 of them was in good condition, and I won't say 2 was in critical condition. So it's
a community we have to. And I don't mean like every one night, 2 nights, every night, every day.
You know, yeah, that's my thing. How can we be mad at police and other people? How they feel about us when we don't care about our own? You gotta start with us.
Yeah, it does. We got, you know, like when we were younger, man, everybody cared.
Yeah, the parents.
Nobody cares.
Just if you did something on your block, like, you know, everybody
told on you, or everybody told on you. And then you got your behind whoop.
And that was it, but it don't happen.
They like that. Now the kids, you know, they cuss you out and all that.
And he had made a comment last year when, you know, when Ali died. He was like, he's trying to fill that void now for the city to bring that togetherness back. You know, and he feel that he's the one that's on that platform to do it. You know, and it's kind of hard because of how people try to put out their own. So, you know, it's good in there. It's more people that's actually coming together because we tired of this. 6 teenagers for no reason drive by. You know, I had different theories though. It was on Friday night. You know, wasn't it? 2 of them was in good condition, and I won't say 2 was in critical condition. So it's
a community we have to. And I don't mean like every one night, 2 nights, every night, every day.
You know. Yeah, that's my thing. How can we be mad at police and other people? How they feel about us when we don't care about our own? You gotta start with us.
Yeah, it does. We got, you know, like when we were younger, man, everybody cared.
Yeah, the parents.
Nobody cares.
Just if you did something on your block, like, you know, everybody
told on you, or everybody told on you. And then you got your behind whoop.
And that was it, but it don't happen.
They like that. Now the kids, you know, they cuss you out and all that.
You can't even coach kids now. Just even when I did Little League football at high school, like you yell at a kid, the parents ready to fight.
Right, that's crazy.
And my parents, you know, my coach was, you know, crazy. He grabbed our face mask, spinning our face, shaking us, you know what I'm saying, real deal. Nowadays, you can't even try to correct the kid without parents. So it's kind of hard that there's nobody, because they look into TV and entertainers to lead them, and there's really none that really lead them because we too scared to look at y'all that's really out here in the trenches doing it. We don't want to look at y'all because we feel like they feel like there's not enough.
Right.
Because you're not on TV, you ain't getting married and cutting a cake with a sword, you know what I'm saying? And everybody loves that, but there's really no substance behind what they doing.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's over there, man, it's amazing, man. Like, we ain't dealing with it. All the attitudes and all that. Here, you can have your money back.
See,
Because other than that, then, like Coach, I was talking to a coach last night, he said, the kids got all these attitudes and all that, then they leave the program, then go to another program, and can you continue? The cycle has to stop somewhere. And these parents got to stop getting involved. And another thing, these parents got to send, I'm glad we got on that topic, because these parents always talking about, well, my son, he work out all the time, and he's not getting better, he can't score, because you got him going to the wrong person, that's why.
Right.
I mean, it's not no secret. It's only a few people here in Louisville that should be training these kids, and that is absolutely it. All these guys never played basketball
all the time. That it's only a certain few that's actually getting the kids better. The rest is just trying to
It is.
gain on the game.
The game is so saturated. Saturated, man.
It ain't about getting the money. We want to get kids better. We want to get kids to college. We want to get kids in this community doing acts of kindness, man.
You see, that's what kind of hold me back, because the 2 years we did AAU, and like they was cool, the people was cool, but it was about money.
Right.
So, you know, they sitting here, they having 50 kids for a 3rd and 4th grade team. Like, well, what are you gonna do with that? And you know, everybody, I know if I'm paying $200 a month, then I know that's what they paying y'all eating, which is why I don't, at this age, my son's 11, which, you know, it kind of when he finally get out there, because he's good, his skill set's good, but then when he go against kids that been in the AAU, I see, well, he's just a little bit, you know what I'm saying? He's like,
yeah.
So, okay, but I don't, like, I just want, it ain't the money issue if I know my son's going to get better.
Right,
because I already put work in with him
main
anyway. You know what I'm saying? But there's certain things I see some of these trainers doing that may help him that I can't at this moment. But I'm not going to waste all this money with you just to say my son went to you, and I'm not going to see, because I just did it with Heights Point. I sent them a great product, and after 6 years, my son, y'all hindered what we was doing. You know, so that's my thing with this training and everything. I want to, and it's cool, you know, and I see certain ones and I'm doing my homework, but it's more so like, I need a big coach. I'm not worried about sports. I want him to get tough or better anyway. Our end game is everything, education and everything, but I'm trying to find somebody that, because you may get hurt.
I just think they gotta, you know, everybody, like parents, it starts with the parents. They see so much on social media and YouTube with these kids and trainers and see this facade. So, like, if you've never, you know, kind of been around the game, you don't understand, like, first of all, you gotta build a fundamentally sound basketball player
before you send them out there.
Why are you teaching kids Euro steps and all this?
I mean, which is cool though.
But at an 8-year-old, 9-year-old,
they can do it before the correct way to pass and everything. You know, they don't make no sense.
I went to Coach Stanton's SBS Sports thing up in Cincinnati yesterday, and these are all college kids. Some of them played overseas or whatever, and they do the 3-man drill and where they pass it one way and kicks it up 2-on-1, all turnovers for 15 minutes straight. Damn. 15 minutes straight. Turnover.
You know, that's one of the first things we learned growing up was to run the 3-man weave.
Wow, this is amazing.
They don't have the fundamentals. They don't have a bounce pass, a chest pass, and properly, you know what I mean?
Properly do it. Everything ain't fancy and pretty.
Chest pass.
Social media has ruined that industry.
And just as far as just increasing overall basketball IQ of players to make the game easier. So once you have that master, we can move on to advanced stuff.
Because if you don't have instincts and the IQ to play any sport, you're not. It's not gonna matter.
I go to some of these workouts and I see them just in there just pounding the basketball. What is that gonna do for you? You still gotta put it in the hole. That's what we do. That's where we come in at. Because me and Derek, I mean, we two guys that put it in the hole our whole career. So why wouldn't they be coming to us for workout?
Speaking of Derek Anderson, you know, as a Kentucky fan,
I'm gonna tell you this right here. You know what? Excuse my language, but that shit act like it just happened yesterday, man. I swear to God, man. It's like it just happened yesterday, yo.
I looked at it in the cars we were sitting here, you know, I was like, I just wanted to ask you, what was you thinking, then how did you feel afterwards? Because
I wish I didn't fall, dog.
I maybe tip the bounce pad so he wouldn't.
I mean, but you know, dude done dunked on a lot of people, you feel me? I go in his office and his pictures right there.
That's what he told us. He had the picture on the wall when you walk in there. You gotta see it.
When I went in there the first time, it wasn't in there.
Oh,
and then I asked him, I said, yo, where the picture where you dunked? Ah, you crazy. Yeah. Then I go in there again, it's in there.
So now you gotta see it up.
I mean, but you know, great dude, man. Great dude, man.
It's just good to see that y'all like real cool, you know, after, cause
his wife and everything. Real good people.
Us fans don't get along as much as the players get along that play for rival schools, you know, so it's kind of good that y'all got along. I just felt I had to, you know, ask you about that.
It just happened last week, bro, I promise. I haven't heard the end of it yet. When we playing against each other, I'm trying to dunk on this man so bad. Just to get it back.
Because you know it wasn't that bad besides you following.
Yeah.
You know, once you seen he was cool,
I
you
turned
get
like this and he was already coming.
like,
I was like, oh
damn.
shit.
Yeah.
I was just too late there.
The momentum game.
Do the jump, man.
Yeah, he was legit
the
at
high
the
fly,
time.
man. Straight up.
Great moment.
Yeah.
Man, this has been a dope episode, man. Dope having you here, man. We definitely want you to come back and kick it with us again, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Email alternate ALTERNATEE3 Get at me, man, for them workouts. Straight up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get us that workout where we can get in touch with you. You got social media, website.
Alternate ALTERNATEE3 Hit me up on Facebook, Nate Johnson. Hit me up on Instagram, alternate as well.
You know, if you one of them like me that's tired of seeing all this Adidas around the city, you know, then you may want to look into
With
it.
that Nike.
Yeah, so you know, let's kind of change the culture of the city and how let I know I am now since I know I actually see one that got ties to Nike because I'm Nike'd out.
I just like seeing that. I love seeing that unity, man. And y'all coming back
that's what
and
it's all about.
and really gonna, help take because there's a lot of talent in this city,
There's a
man.
lot of talent in this city that wrong people got
7th,
their
8th
hands
grade
on.
talent. I keep trying to tell them this 8th and
Wrong
under
people got
talent.
their hands on.
And people that don't understand
Parents need to wake up.
the
man.
business and the networking of it, how basketball works. So having guys that's been through these ranks and that know it, and we can, that people, that parents can trust and be like, they ain't in it for self. You know, they've already had their moments.
Stop praying on the
Yeah,
single
like they're not
winner.
looking for a pro. You know, like the ride is back. Like just everybody being real. Everybody understands what comes with that and having that relationship.
I mean, in 3 months, man, the team went from nobodies to everybody talking about it. Both teams.
I love it, man.
3 months. So just imagine,
Once it gets
keep
going
going
and
and keep
everything.
going and keep going. They work hard. But they all got all the attitudes. I ain't seen one yet. You know, it goes back with the environment too.
Yeah, the right environment.
Environments, happy in environment. Every day we come in there, we huddle up, we ask the kids, are you okay? You need any help with your schoolwork? Here's the things we provide for them if they need help. You know what I mean?
It's good
Just to
seeing
keep
people
them on that right track in school, because it's the most important thing. I tell my son all the time, if you don't want to play basketball, let me know. Go be a doctor. Go
That's
be a
cool.
lawyer.
Yeah, that's
I mean, it's okay, even though you're going to be this 6'7" dude around here looking crazy. You know, in Louisville, they talk about you.
How old is your son?
He'll be 13
Okay,
next
is
month.
he playing ball?
Yeah,
Where's he playing?
he's playing at Rams. He played for us. Yeah.
Okay.
I remember when my son was in, because he's in 7th grade, right?
Yeah.
My son was in 4th grade, he was in 5th grade, and my son, he posted my son up, because my son loved it. He tried to guard him down. There was on the switch out. My son didn't know what he was doing. He just picked him up. And he just abused my little homie.
He's one of them late bloomers. But
you-
he's working hard every day.
You see it though, like you see it though, you see it.
Yeah, he's
So
working hard. He got everything. Once he get confidence with putting his dribbling on the ball on the ground, he will be a big problem.
yeah, because the post moves he naturally already got how to move in the post and go. So I was impressed.
All right, before we get out of there, we got to shout out Aspire, man. We went to go check some prep school out last Sunday in the red-white game.
Man, great event, man. They turned it out, man.
When you were speaking of your son, I was thinking of the young prospects. We saw Charles Bassey.
He's
That's the
a
number 3
beast.
power forward in the country.
Okay,
He goes there. I'll show you the cut up of him later after off the show, man.
I mean, like,
He's gonna be nice.
it's good that they're here to get the parents another view too
Yeah,
of how
yeah.
hard they really gotta work. 'Cause it's not easy.
That's why I love to see where there's basketball here in this city, and this is a city that loves basketball. So that's why I feel like between PA and Nate putting this together, Ellis's program, having a prep school here, like everything's built the right way, man. With the training, Chris Vaughn and them's offering, because Louisville was untapped when it comes to all of that structure.
It's a new era.
You know what I mean? Like
as far as the evolution,
and really building it up, because other cities been having that.
I'm telling them 7th or 8th graders, man, it's a lot of great time.
Studs.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Studs. I'm just trying to tell you, man, it's going to be on and cracking in the city in a couple of years with talent. You think when Fern Creek got them freshmen, wait in 2 years when these next ones come in, man. It's
and shout out Fern Creek as well. We checked in with them this week. Went to one of their practices. Like Shula always shows
Shula has
love,
that passion.
I like that. Yeah.
And this team great, just like you.
And all the kids love them too, so that, it goes a long way.
We got a nice program over there. Got 3 freshmen that are going to be dope over there. So shout out Aspire and Fern Creek for, letting us.
They putting together the big match. November 17th, they're going to play. He said the invite went out and they was the only school in the city that wanted it. Yeah, he said they was the only school in the city that wanted it. It was like, we take on all. So I can't wait to see Fern Creek.
It's going to be a great game.
Against the Giants, man. Some city kids from right there in the hood, from right there in Newburgh, they're going to get to play against, a top-ranked prep school.
Future NBA player.
When you see
NBA,
you gonna know.
I heard he was good.
Yeah, he's nice.
Like the real deal.
Yeah.
He gave man cheeks.
He gave man a shot like you. He got a jumper like you.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm a nightmare on that court.
Still got it.
Nightmare, man. The good thing, see, I go out there and physically show the kids. You know what I mean? Like, it works.
Yeah.
It works. I ain't out there. I'm going straight to the bucket or I'm going to shoot that jump. Right off. But it start right here. And confidence. Once you got that, nobody can stop you, man. But stamina, we on the way, man. Straight up.
Stamina, we definitely gonna be following you guys. We love what y'all doing. So any way that we can build and connect, man, we definitely gonna do it.
Keep us in touch with us. Let us know when y'all play. So we get out there, get some film and y'all all that.
We practice
we
every day. We in the gym every day.
We building that part of the, with what we do here at 35KY, the media aspect.
Early too, so you get to catch it from the beginning.
All the way. Check out the YouTube page. We got some highlights up there posted 35KY Sports.
Shout out to the Cougars.
Last weekend, the Aspire game. We got the dunk contest. Highlights from the game, as well as the Charles Bassey cut up. And we got the Pee Wee football cut up from Pee Wee Championship out of Cardinal Stadium. So
that's some
keep
good
in touch
content for y'all, man.
Yeah, keep in touch on the page, man. We're developing that aspect, and we got a big announcement coming soon. We working on some stuff on that media part, man, and really ready to take us to the next level with everything else in Louisville that's elevating.
We moving, man. Y'all better get with us.
We'll get left behind. That's how it is.
Man, make sure that y'all are following us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Make sure that y'all are subscribing to the podcast on SoundCloud and iTunes. Check us out on YouTube. Check us out on kysports.tv on the app and the website. You can see us on there every day, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. and 9 p.m. So, hey, you ain't got no reason not to check us out, man. We producing great content for you guys, so make sure that y'all checking us out. Any final words, fellas?
Nah, man, we just gotta keep pushing, man. Basketball season's upon us, man. It's here, man.
We still in football mode here, so shout out to Big Blue Nation. I'm gonna give a shout out to the Camera 6th grade boys basketball team. Them boys is gonna be good. And shout out to Johnson, because they gave us a good game on the Jamboree. And that's really it. And thank you to Nate Johnson for coming in and giving us actually a great interview. We didn't know how it would go, but now that the real Louisville's back in the city since the old guard is gone, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, appreciate it. ALTERNATEE3 at Gmail. Yes, sir.
We appreciate you coming through.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. I enjoyed it, man.
Appreciate you having us.
Go Cards, baby. I had to get that one in there.
And we gonna get it off on that.
Baby.